Hi, my name is Sylvie. I'm a certified health coach and I help women look great and feel great through fasting and whole food nutrition. In today's video, we are going to talk about what you can and cannot eat while fasting. That's a question that comes up a lot when people start fasting. They are wondering, can I eat this? Can I eat that? Can I drink this? Can I drink that? And so today we're going to go over all the information you need to know to make sure that you are maximizing your fasting. There are two factors that you'll have to consider when you decide what you are going to allow yourself to consume or what you're not going to allow yourself to consume. And these two factors are your fasting goals and your intermittent fasting method. For example, if your fasting goal is to give your digestive system a break, you will have to be a lot stricter simply because most beverages will promote stomach acid production, including black coffee, black tea, and a lot of other things that would be acceptable according to most fasting experts. However, if your fasting goal is autophagy and metabolic health, well, you'll have a bit more leeway. And regarding autophagy, it's a common misconception that anything that breaks your fast negates autophagy, but it's not true. Calorie restriction in itself can promote autophagy. And just as a quick reminder, autophagy is a process by which your body is healing itself. It's eating its dead cells and replacing them with newer ones. It's eliminating pathogens and cleaning the inside of your cells. Autophagy is essential to increase your lifespan and reduce your risks of certain diseases, including Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Now, as far as your intermittent fasting method goes, well, if you are practicing an intermittent fasting method that allows you to consume at least one meal, I would stick to my list simply because it's a good idea to consume as little calories as possible during your fasting time. However, if you are relying on an intermittent fasting method that simply reduces calories, well then you have a bit more leeway and you can consume maybe bone broth and even bulletproof coffee. Calorie restriction, I'm pretty much referring to the 5-2 method because that is what the 5-2 method is all about. Basically, you get to eat 25% or less your regular calorie intake 2 days a week. Another type of fasting that you may be practicing for healing that allows you to eat is a modified fast. I talk about modified fasting a lot. It's based on the work of Dr. Walter Longo and on the fasting mimicking diet. And during that 5-day fast, you get to eat about 40 to 50% your regular calorie intake. All right, so let's just start with what breaks a fast. The first rule of fasting is if you ask whether it breaks the fast, it breaks the fast. No, just kidding. There's a lot of things that you may wonder whether they break your fast and that you can actually consume. But mostly you are fasting, so there's not a whole lot that you can have, right? One way to look at it is that if it impacts your blood sugar and your insulin production, then it breaks your fast. That's a good way to gauge whether you can consume the food or beverage or not. Some people will notice that just black coffee raises their blood sugar level. So in that case, they shouldn't consume black coffee. Some people can have black coffee with coconut milk in it, and even though coconut milk has more calories, if your goal is metabolic health and autophagy, you can consume coconut milk in your coffee. A good way to check your blood sugar is to use a ketone monitor like the Keto Mojo. That's what I do. And I have done that, for example, before I have my coffee and then half an hour after. That's a good way to figure out if you can consume whatever beverage you want to consume without it impacting your blood sugar level. And if you'd like to check out the Keto Mojo, I will leave a link in the description, and this link is my affiliate link. It will give you a 15% discount. As far as what breaks your fast, that's pretty much it, because once I go through the list of what doesn't break your fast, well, everything else you should avoid. It's that simple. Don't eat anything, don't drink anything unless it's on that list. And I have only 7 items on my list of what doesn't break your fast. There's water, that's number 1, and that's what you should focus on drinking. You should drink plenty of water. You can have black coffee. Coffee contains only 2 calories a cup, so it's very low in calorie, and it is fine. It will most likely not break your fast. And actually, coffee has even been shown to induce autophagy. Green, oolong, and black tea, which contain around 2 calories a cup as well, are all fine while you're fasting. Most herbal teas are fine as long as you make sure that they don't contain additives or fruit in them. Apple cider vinegar in water at a ratio of 1:10. So if you put 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in your glass of water, that's fine, or just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for 10 tablespoons of water. Same thing with lemon juice, very similar concept, and again, you would use 1 tablespoon in a glass of water. You can also enjoy carbonated water. There's some great flavored brands that have absolutely nothing else, just water and flavor. So that's an option, and it may help make your fasting more bearable. And lastly, stevia. For example, if you're having a tablespoon of lemon in your water, you could add some stevia for a nice beverage. And according to some studies, stevia may help improve your metabolic health as well. Okay, so that's it. Pretty simple and straightforward. I have a little bit more information on my blog post. If you want to look it up, I'll leave a link in the description, but I go through a lot of questions. It's a section that I have, it's called frequently asked questions. So I go through each item and explain why you can have it while you're fasting, or why you shouldn't have it while you're fasting, and also how you should be consuming it. So I go through stevia, bone broth, and all those things more in detail. So if you still have some unanswered questions, you can look that up. Otherwise, you can also leave a comment, and I'll do my best to answer that. So thank you for watching, and see you next week.